Okay, so we're going to cut up the potatoes. You getting more hair, Jana, on there? On the Sims? Just other things? Probably about that size would be good. That's not really big. It looks kind of big because the camera like shows it bigger. But that's a pretty, not very big size. After we cut them, we're going to rinse them again. So, whoop. I gotta make some breakfast, brunch or whatever. And this cutting board is clean. I just been chopping on it a lot. Everybody chops on it. We'll get another one day. That's why you see all the white things on it. It's just chopped up. I had a wooden one, but it broke somehow. Okay, so just cut them like a couple times, one piece. And then like I was saying, see that little brown piece there? Just kind of slice it off. And there you have it. Just slice off the ugly parts. If it looks bruised or whatever, you know, just cut it off. It's not anything dangerous, you know. It's just the way that the potato is, you know, when it grew or whatever. My video camera's trying to, or my tablet. There we go. Okay. I just wanted you to see me cutting these, and there's quite a few brown pieces on here. And I'm sure you've got expert cutters, you know, you can, because I know I saw somebody that really cuts up really good. Is his name Galvin or, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, guys. But he cuts really quick. I'm not a fast cutter. I mean, I probably could be, but I'm just looking through these and trying to cut off the brown spots. I just cut like a couple times across. If you can, try and make them all about the same size so it looks really nice. You know, it looks better if you have them about the same size. See, like these are smaller, so that they're about the same. Okay, when you do them like that, just try and make them as close to the same size as you can, so that the meal that you're making looks nice, you know. And just cut off some of the brown pieces. Okay, we have some garlic. We're not going to cut that yet. I'm going to go ahead and make my little Rosalind something breakfast because she doesn't feel good. She had a little nose cold episode. She gets that every year, it seems like, and a couple times a year. She had a hard time sleeping sometimes at night, but I gave her medicine and she should be all right. You know. Excuse me. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear that. I think I'm trying to get a sore throat, but I don't have one, so I wouldn't be preparing this, believe me. I don't prepare people's foods if I'm not feeling well, you know. Excuse me, that's why she's not helping me. because that's my little helper. If she was feeling better, she would be helping me do something over here, because she likes to help cook and stuff. But since she's not feeling the best, I'm not gonna let her mess around with the food. And you shouldn't mess around with food if you're not feeling well. I mean, that's a golden rule. One of the golden rules. I think I'm cutting a little bit, excuse me, one more time, so that they'll be, you want a good little size, but you don't want them too big and chunky for a stew, you know. You don't want them tiny, but you don't want them too big either. Unless, you know, unless everything's chunked like that. Like, you might make a bunch of big pieces in your stew. You know, everybody does their own thing. And the reason I'm using this chopping board, you guys know and some don't if you're not cooks. It's so that it doesn't chop up your table or whatever you're using to cut it on. You don't want, see these things that are on here like this? The white spots or whatever? That is from the knife, and you don't want that on your table. You don't want to ruin your table. So cut it on something. You usually have a meat one and a vegetable one. This is our vegetable one. I'm going to get another one. I'm going to get one later on. We just haven't really been doing too much because of course we moved here like not quite a year ago, but we're still trying to get things, you know how you replace things or whatever. That's what we're still doing. This one has like a weird looking, I just cut that whole thing off because I don't like the way that looked. If it goes through to the other part of the potato, like inside, then just cut it off or just throw it. You know, you don't have to even use it. You got enough potatoes. If it's a small enough little thing, then you can just cut it off if you want. So that way, trying to hurry up because I don't want to make this too long. Just cutting potatoes, you know, this is ridiculous. 7 minutes because I don't know how to pause this tablet. There is a way, but I'll have to figure it out. I should have figured it out already. Do you know how to pause the tablet, sweetie, if you're recording? I mean, do you just know how to, because I'm not going to pick it up because it'll fall. I know if you press the red, it'll stop.
The pause it? I don't know.
I don't know about this one. Nope. Oh, nope, that didn't pause it. Thank you for checking now. Okay, so we don't know how to pause it yet. If anybody knows, comment below, please. That'd be crazy if somebody does comment me that. That'd be beautiful, though, actually, because I've been trying to figure it out for a while. I'll look it up. But anyways, if this knife looks white, it's from the potato film that's on it. We're going to rinse it again. That's starch. You know, potatoes have starch. It has a lot of sugary, it turns into sugar. That's why we don't eat potatoes. This is for my friend. It's family friends of ours. That's who this is for, you know, but, you know, everybody eats what they want. I think potatoes are really have a lot of carbs in it, like the rice does. If you don't have a problem with carbs, then you can probably eat them periodically. But if you have a problem with weight gain or whatever, or different things, you might not want to eat potatoes because those have a ton of carbs in them. And what it does is it turns into sugar in your body. So definitely not if you're doing a keto diet. And I know some people that are potato lovers, and I am not a potato lover, but I didn't mind having potatoes whenever we did have them, like maybe McDonald's or something. Like, honey, they have the best fries, McDonald's. And Excuse me. I used to love to eat those, you know, because they have a good fry. I don't know. I think ever since I've been little, my dad would take us when we were traveling, you know, different places, and he would get us French fries, and we went to McDonald's a lot of the time. And I guess that's probably why I started really enjoying McDonald's fries. I guess, you know, I don't know. Maybe I just like the flavor of them or something, because I just remember going there and I enjoyed them. Okay, these are the last few potatoes, and those did not come out the right size, guys. There's be a couple of them in there. I hope they don't see them. But after you cut up your potatoes, make sure you rinse them again, because you can rinse off some of that starchy stuff. And you know, you're handling them and everything. Of course, you're going to boil them. So anything that, you know, is not supposed to be on the potato will boil off. Like, I'm taking that little piece off. Now I'm getting bold, guys. Cutting a tower. But, excuse me. I'm going to make her some pancakes. She wants some pancakes today, so make her some pancakes. If you look back on the video, you'll see she was helping me make pancakes. She likes to help. So look at that video. It's really a cool video. We made a pancake dinner. And they came out really fluffy and nice. And they're Aunt Jemima. Uh-oh, I already cut that. Sorry. Aunt Jemima pancakes, and it's already mixed. And so if you ever want to get a pre-mixed pancake, it's good to make them homemade. But if you don't have the time or the energy or whatever to make them, then just nowadays we just are quick and on the go and everything. That's a good brand to buy, and it makes a lot of pancakes. You don't have to get a real gigantic box, like about maybe $4 and something for a box. And they really come out good. So I'm going to rinse these and come back because I'm going to do some of these. I'm going to rinse off my knife and everything, and I'm going to do some of the garlic and the carrots and so forth, and finish up chopping up pieces for the stew after I'm going to make her breakfast and put the potatoes on while I'm making her breakfast. But when you put the potatoes on, I'll show you, make sure you cover your potatoes with water. Cover them so they can boil in there, okay? And then if you're going to cook the stew together and anything together, if you want to make them al dente, which is not cooked all the way, like kind of not very hard, make them like that if you want. But if you're going to plan on cooking meat and stuff with it. But the meat, I'm telling you, if you cook the meat with the water and the potatoes, it's going to drain it out. It's going to make it really a different type of texture for your meat. So I'm going to fry my meat. I'm going to cook it separately, like with the garlic, and I'm going to put the celery and the celery and the carrots together and boil those a little. Potatoes separate because they take longer. And I'm going to cook them thoroughly. And once I'm done, I'm going to set them aside, and I'm going to take my celery and carrots. Once they're done, I'm going to set those aside. And then the meat, when it's done, I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to put my seasoning, water or whatever goes with the seasoning. You go by the package, dump it. I usually put some water with mine to make my broth. You can put bouillon. You can put beef broth. You can put other things with it, whatever way you make your stew base. Then you can do that. But after I've cooked everything separately, I'm going to mix it together and just heat it. That way it's hot together. But you could put tomatoes in there if you want to. I thought about tomatoes. I might still throw a few in there. But the garlic is going to be cooked with the beef, okay? So that way, it's gonna be, it's not gonna be too cooked. The potato's not gonna be too cooked, too mushy or anything. You just make them all separate, and they all have different times that they get done. So I'll show you whenever we're done with it, okay?